Might as well fit in some of the information for the YouTube VOD in this case. It's a best of 7. This is Nilly's Deathmatch World Cup 2. Game 1 is going to be map pack team random, and Nilly's map pack is Green Arabia, that kind of thing in it. Game 2 is going to be basically loser picks a Civ map and they play that mirror. Game 3, the winner of the first game then picks a Civ map and they play that. None of these maps can be the same as the previous maps or the maps ahead. Game 4, Green Arabia Huns War. Game 5, Gold Rush Goth War. Game 6, Prairie Khmer War. And Game 7, Golden Pit Saracens War. I don't have the list of the maps in the map pack right now, but there's like some crazy stuff in there. The Green Arabia was the only one I was interested in. Vinchester, really strong player. Brew, also quite strong player. So we're just about to have the game launch now. Any minute now. Here we go. And let's head to Capture Age. So here we are with game number 1. We have an Aztec war. Again, these are random civs, but mirror, of course. This is that map with the dead bodies. Is this Prairie or is this Graveyard? I don't remember the names in the map pool. They're not common maps. We're seeing barrack starts on both players. I'm just going to zoom out just so we can see what both players are doing at once. I know it might be a bit difficult, but we can easily see at the top here what's going on. Full QTCs, they're making eagles. No champions here. Eagle will quickly come and try and hit the villagers. Aztecs, elite eagle warriors, create quite fast at the same time as being, faster created for the Aztecs with their military creation bonus. So it's quite hard for you using your beginner eagle to try and raid when they can make eagles so quickly to kill it. Nice little thing for the Aztecs. Mirror is usually what's played. Here we're seeing outposts as quick walls. Really smart move to make. Vinch and Brew both spamming eagles. Now we're seeing transition into champions. 4 racks against 5 racks in a moment. Looks like Vinch is behind. I tried to go for a TC there. He's trying to go for a castle here. He's going to have quite a safe main gold, but obviously as Aztecs you're just spamming eagles, you want to get on the gold. This is not looking good for Vinch actually. Vinch very defensive. He's getting raided quite badly. He's not really doing any damage. But then again, Brew has no economy here. He's only trying to get 2 forward castles as well. Castles in the front of his base rather than forward. Vinch, he's a little bit all over the map here, but he might actually have some economy first. Is that going to matter? I don't know. Fast relics though? Brew is ahead by a villager. He must have sniped one there or something. Military, they're basically equal at 43, 44 here. Nothing too special. Just in case you are wondering, the scoreboard up here says this is DM World Cup 2, hosted by Nilly. This is a round of 32 qualification match. And it is Vinchester vs Brew. There's a bit of a gap in the scoreboards because we don't currently have country flags, but that'll be sorted in the future. Oh sorry, civilization is what we usually have there, but our software's currently not working. Aztecs really strong late game civilization in a lot of regards. Of course they do lack cavalry counters too heavily in the post-imp. You know, paladins can actually kind of come and swipe out. Their pikes are not too strong, their champions and, well, they would open with jaguars and eagles. They die quite easily to things like paladin. But obviously in mirror match, that's not too much concern. Siege Onger and Siege Ram, really good for pushing. I can kind of understand the Siege Onger because simply if you mass enough, then you could kill, you know, that whole army could be coming at you and you could clear out most of it with just Siege Ongers, and then your jaguars will quickly kill the rest before your Siege Ongers die. Villager count, they look almost equal, 15, 16. More TCs, currently up for Vinch, and Vinch is adding even more. I think this is going to be quite an interesting game. A lot of jaguars, and definitely a lot more here for Brew. And Brew has the hill. This castle will eventually try and take some control of the hill, and the Siege Hunter's not going to do too well. But the trip should be able to take it eventually. Again, this castle on a hill, so it's a good position to hold, but I don't know if he's going to be holding it for too long. Now we have an economy advantage and a slight military advantage for Brew, but Brew is losing units definitely faster than Vinch. Vinch is cleaning this up, really. Well, most of it up. A lot of Vinch's army is over here. Oh, and denying the monasteries though, preventing any relics. That's a strong move. The secondary castle here proving quite important. Is it going to be 99.6% that castle? That is crazily stupid. That is really unfortunate. That's beyond a 99% castle. Talking about relics, we have 3 for Vinch, and he might be able to grab that one, but we see some eagle raiding for Brew, and obviously the one up here. Oh, the 3 up here even. Ah, there's a lot of relics in this map. That's just hit me. Aztec's been a really nice of this match, I guess. Get the relics and you could quite easily win this. Brew definitely has a heavier setup economy. I mean, losing all the villagers on the castles here as well is quite a noticeable thing. This is a heavy push. What can Vinch do against this? He could try and raid. He's got the champions up here, but not too many jaguars here are needed to really stop that. Not enough jaguars here to kill the army, not enough to really deal with the SO right away. Lots of champions here, which obviously you don't want. How's he going to kill the jags? Well, he's using some SO micro here, which is interesting. Oh, and the jags really got cleaned up, and I'm sure a siege hunter shot was probably the result of that. We definitely see a relic advantage for Vinch. You know, 5-0 is nothing to complain about. But he has no gold income really, because he just doesn't really have any villagers on gold. The relics alone are doing it. And yeah, just a big castle advantage for Brew, which in a jaguar fight is kind of what you want. Brew's playing this one better than I thought. Didn't realize this would kind of be the outcome. Champions seemingly doing okay-ish against the jaguars over here because they're in such low numbers, but quite quickly overwhelmed. This is huge and there's nothing that can really be done to stop it. Or is there? These castles are on hills. Nothing to complain about really. And these trebs can easily just get kind of sniped by the SO. I have the feeling that Vinch is going to want to try and take as many fights under the castle as possible, kill the trebs so the castles survive. Then SO aren't as much of a problem. The jags can die to the castles. These castles do have Bracer. Obviously this is DM, so they also have chemistry. They'll do decent damage to the Jaguar Wars with only 1+4 pierce armor. It's not bad, and it comes in really handy in games. They're really not the worst, but again... Oh, Treb's getting cleared up though, which is quite nice. Again, they're not the best against castles with that kind of attack. Treb up here surviving. Looks like there was a... I was gonna say it looks like our fight, but this map is a graveyard anyway. We don't know whose bodies are whose. That monk not getting that relic. Brew is not really on a relic gaining mission, it would seem. Brew has quite decent vision of at least everywhere that Vinch is. Vinch... he has decent vision of the base, to be honest. This much Jaguars can just go forward and clean up the SO, but the SO against the nice shots in. I have never been dead, Homus. I'm always here for the OP games. A little bit of rain going over here, denying some gold again. Vinch really is going for the relics, and he is actually going decently on the gold. Let's have a look at the gold income now. Oh, almost 1k a minute. Over 1k now. Wood a minute? Brew's not even on wood, and he's barely on farms. In comparison. I just finally going wood. It looks like Vinch has less villagers, but he's definitely got a very significant economy advantage. I'm guessing it's mainly the relics on the gold. How many does he have now? 5 against 1. Getting house 125 pop though, not the best. Now how's he going to kill this? Oh, but the SO are completely exposed. And there's not enough jags there to really stop it. Now there is. We're going to see more siege workshops from Vinch over here, more siege launchers created. He's going to need a lot of wood. Still got a lot of wood. Completely out of food though, making jags is quite hard. I haven't seen any markets yet, but obviously there's a lot of stuff over there. I think that changes the... Do we have a pause? Do we have a drop? It would appear we have a pause. I'm sure there was a way in Capture H where you can turn off one of the advanced, well, one of the tooltip buttons, you know, the bottom right buttons next to the minimap. And that would change your ability to see these notifications popping in and out. Let me know if the game sounds are okay, by the way. I assume they are, but if they aren't, let me know. It's basically just Jaguar Siege Underfest at the moment. But the trebs is something that Vinch doesn't have. We see loads of trebs from Brew and they're really just killing the castles, which are essential for producing the Jaguars. And Vinch just doesn't have any. He's lost a lot of castles so far. Doesn't have much ground. He's going to be able to start some eagle raiding over here, which is quite nice. If he could kill some economy, kill some monks maybe, prevent some relics. But who knows what he's going to be paying attention to. Vinch losing this one, it would seem. He had less barracks to start, got less of an edge. He let his castles get tread quite early. Huh, did that monk just sort of tank an eagle warrior long enough that he managed to convert it? It's quite interesting. So Treb's going to go down, this TC is going to go down, but farm coming up. Really rough stuff here. Still loads of Jags. I mean, look at army count. We've got 35 military for Brew against 13. We had a pause, so it looks like Vinch thinks this is a bit of an issue. Brew says seems we are playing the wrong map. He said map pack, isn't it? Brew says he thinks it's right, check that out. Who told them they're playing the wrong map? Well, who knows. Some Arabia clown, no doubt, obviously. Oh, farming economy getting wrecked. When players have basically no food like this, yeah, it's quite significant. I hate having to cycle through these numbers just to get information that should be in my face. Jaguars actually seem to die decently quick to TCs. So Vinch is now going for the trebs. He's going to be able to treb this down. He has no SOs in the way though. This and these Jaguars just can simply clear him again. Vinch has no food. Only 20 military. He can't really afford to replace them. Castle wise I could only see 2 on the map, 3 on the map, and 1 coming up. Whereas for Brew it's literally just castle after castle after castle. Can this one be turned around in a later game? Well, there's a lot of gold. So it's hard to say when the gold is gone, the person with a lot of relics probably will win. Which might be Vinch in this case. He did go for the relics quite easily. Quite early rather. But there's so much gold and it probably could be over before then. The Jaguars over here still causing problems. Still lots of farm economy dead. Nothing Vinch can do to stop this up here. Obviously his own SO will work. Yeah, and here we go, he loses the trebs. He's not going to get the castle up either. It feels like he might have lost this one but wants to really claw onto it just to make sure he can't win in the end. I think this one's probably over. If one of those Jaguars can get in and up close to the SO, then it's dead. Yeah, there we go. Training a Jaguar for an SO is not too bad. But sending in the grouped Jags might be a little bit more of a problem. Looking over here, this is just going to get cleaned up really. Even those villagers trying to rebuild the castle now, he's bailing with them. Farm economy could definitely die here as well, even more of it. 2 for 1, not too bad. They're playing Deathmatch World Cup map pack if you won. And I'm assuming this is the first Deathmatch World Cup. They're playing on the wrong map. Interesting. See, GG called for Vinchester. So I think Outrage is working finally. And we're seeing very similar starts. Brew going for... is he going to go for market again? That's a market there. Quite a safe market actually. But how do market strats work if he has to fight with the Hussar? It looks like it's just going to be generally delayed. We're seeing similar kind of delay going on over here. Camel is finally killing that. No villager losses. We are seeing market again, market as well from Vinch. But Vinch is behind with the market. He's not going to have too much of an advantage. The cost of resources are going to drop. We see Brew already selling quite a bit of wood. Castle from Vinch this time. Are they switching strategies? Now we're seeing full stable then castle. No heavy cav arch from Vinch this game. Siege workshop. He's gonna go siege run. He's gonna be tanking. Military wise, Brew's already got a lead of about 7 camels. It's quite significant at this stage of the game. Vinch is just running around the map with these. I'm not entirely sure what the plan is here because honestly I can't say I've really seen full camel plus going into Janissary has been too common. But I suppose if you go in market and you sell a lot of wood, you're going to have a lot of gold and you're not selling your food, so you're going to be using that as well. I suppose if you weren't going for the market, then you would go for the archer ranges. When these castles go up though, these camels are going to get shredded. So I quite like this little thing that Vinch is doing by building the camels here. Just camping with the camels in between where he's going to be building the castles. Lots of camels from Brew though. Brew's coming with a lot of camels. Going to be quite difficult to defeat this. But it looks like Vinch is just camping the choke points. His KD is looking not as good as I thought it was going to look. But he's definitely surviving with a lot less numbers. Castles are definitely helping. Oh, but that's one way to throw away some camels at a crucial time. Brew is going all around the map with the TCs here. He's getting some really far reach going. Army advantage, and it looks like he's going for the economy advantage too. Vinch is building TCs quite close to home. Not really controlling any of the golds with them. Shouldn't DM maps not have berries or have one single berry tile in order to find your enemy? Okay, Vinch's army composition is just suddenly taking a massive gander. These camels up here can just destroy this economy and Vinch can't really turn around and stop it. But this is a lot of siege ram that could easily push. Lots of Janissaries, obviously not enough to really demolish that many camels, but it's going to be a really nice backing here. I guess Janissaries is definitely a stronger backing than heavy cav arch. Obviously the HP doesn't really matter when they're really heavily countered by the camels, if there's enough of them. I guess you really need to focus your resources on the big units like the camels, and Janissaries behind to really help. Siege rams though going to be quite big. Not enough of anything from Brew to really stop the siege rams, I don't think. Then again, it's kind of hard to tell in this mix who has what siege rams. A lot more for Vinch. Vinch is losing all this back here, and it looks like Brew's just trying to raid while Vinch just makes villagers inside his TCs. Vinch losing the siege ram count now, which is not so good because he's losing the economy back here, but he is, you know, he's not that far behind, coming up to 10 villagers now. He has camels to clear this out. He should be okay, but he's lost his push, so what's he going to do next? He has less Janissaries now, and obviously there's a lot of camels here which he should probably be worried about. At least I assume he has less Janissaries, so we've got 12 to 17. That's a bit more than I thought. It's quite hard to see amongst the mass of dead bodies. Hussars coming in now, that's really not good. Vinch actually doesn't have too many stables, he can't keep up a high amount of production. He has to get a lot of food, and I'm not sure how he's going to get a lot of gold in this position. Yeah, even Brew's taking the rest of his gold. Brew's taking pretty much every gold. I think Brew knows this map quite well. And this was Vinch's picked map. It's the loser of game 1 picks this. You can't make walls even to quick wall. Most of the times they're not on the map, but they play no walls mod, but the maps now have incorporated, so people use outposts to quick wall. This is going to get pushed back, but now what is Vinch going to do against this forward? He has a lot of castles in this one area, so you can really keep some camels and a couple of rams, and he should be too bad for really killing them off. Castles have a lot of arrow fire that could really kill the other units. Brew needs to mass maybe quite a bit more siege rams. Oh, but the Trebs are going to be able to deal with that. Brew's playing really well. I did not anticipate this at all. TC coming up from Vinch. He's going to be able to take out this castle, take out this TC. He has this TC here, but he might lose the forward here. He's in bomber cannons with the nice range. If he gets 20 of those, then great, and then lose them all to Hussars. He should be able to snipe the Trebs quite well there, actually. Unless... oh, that was really unlucky from Brew not to land a shot. Nope. Nothing stopped the siege rams, I guess. I mean, bomber cannons don't really do the job. You need... here comes the Hussars, but again, not many stables. And Vinch, he's not adding any stables anywhere. He can't quickly make these units. The bomber cannons can definitely die to the siege ram if the siege ram chase them. But they haven't been, so... Castle fire and the bomber cannons now taking care of the Janissaries. This is quite good for Vinch. He's taking good fights. Small fights, but good ones. This TC should be going down. He needs to really push to get this gold, I think, though, because Brew's just taking all the golds. No one's taken any relics. Are there any relics? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it seems like a normal 5 relic map. Army-wise, both players quite low in army. Brew's definitely getting a lot closer to military, though he's got about 20% more villagers. So yeah, very similar military now, and I think Vinch could probably try and start turning this one around, probably, but it's going to be quite difficult. Vinch's economy is still suffering a little bit of raiding. A lot of Janissaries from him though, and Hussars as well. Looks like Brew's going to be adding in his own bomber cannons. I saw one fire there, but there is. Look at the TC count though, that's huge. In terms of the map that Brew owns about... well, it's easier to circle Vinch's area. Vinch owns about this. And the entire map is basically Brew's at this point. Absolutely crazy stuff. Lots of Janissaries now coming forward. Where are the baby he's moved fully over here. Gonna try to use Hussars to deal with that. Siege Workshop not going up. No castle here to really help deny the Janissaries. Over here is basically just gonna be this. Vinch now owns this gold though. He needs to probably start taking it. This is eventually going to get trebbed. So much resources have been taken already from Brew though. This fight here in the middle is going nowhere. They don't exactly have villagers to try and cut that tree line. Perhaps that was Vinch's point of picking Turks, because the loser gets to pick the Civ and the map. Lots of hussars here to raid. Sea Drum's going to be taking down the castles and the TC, but they don't really do too much here. Brew's already almost full boomed, and there's only a couple of villages here you might lose. Over on this side, lots of Janissaries from Brew actually. He's using these to actually defend this area. Quite smart. Oh, not like this. So it looks like Vinch might be trying to regain control on either side. Economy-wise, he's pretty similar. Brew has a lot of idle villagers at this point, probably to try and protect some stuff down here. He has a bigger military, and now he has the heavy cav arch, which obviously will kill the Janissaries quite easily. The hussars are not going to survive. Sea drums are going to be the only thing for that. But the sea drums are just going to die to the hussar now. There's nothing to back them up. In a low gold war, honestly, I think Brew's gonna win this one because he still has the gold on the plate. Brew's not actually taking any gold now. He lost this one. He's not on this one. He wasn't able to keep Vinch off this one. Vinch is now able to get back here as well, and that one as well. So it looks like Vinch has managed to regain control of a lot of gold. He is, you know, behind the military by 50, but and a lot of that is these really nice heavy cav arch, which are quite hard to beat. He added a couple more stables. Let's have a quick look on the map for any more. Still not many. He has his own archery ranges, not currently. Now they're starting to produce heavy cav arch. But huge siege ram push here with the heavy cav arch behind, which can, with 100 HP and plus 6 pierce armor, they can actually tank a decent bit of arrow fire for a while. So they can sit under the castles, kill the hussar. The rams kill the castles quick enough anyway. Some economy raiding here. Vinch dropping in economy like flies. Bit raiding over here, but over here is again completely Brew's. Brew now raiding all the farm economy here. That's huge. We're not going to be seeing any hussars with basically the town bell rung at this point. Vinch is going to lose his forward here, and I think we might see a GG. Vinch is losing this position, and that pretty much cements the game for Brew's win. This has been reclaimed somehow. Did Brew send back his cav arch from basically denying the entire food economy? Interesting. Vinch is going to have to try his best to mass a lot of camels. If he can mass a decent amount, then this is not that big of an opposition, but again, not too many stables. What's he doing this side? Just getting raided. He's not pushing. If you're not pushing, you're going to get raided. Army's starting to equalize out a bit. We don't really see any camels anymore. I don't think they'll be sent anywhere. I think they're just dead. Sea drum soaking all the HCA fire though, so Vinch needs to find a way to deal with those. Castle coming forward for Brew. It denies a little bit of gold, 500 gold there. Still a nice little bonus, just 100 wood for a camp and you put these villagers to use. Brew with like 50 military advantage. It's pretty significant. And now it's just ACA vs ACA, and Vinch calling the GG. He lost his middle position. Brew did really well though, just going out and taking as much gold as he could around the map. Really nice economy. Quite happy with that. We have game number blinding 3. Frank War on Ghost Lake. In a winter variant. I swear I had a no snow mod on. Oh man. So Frank's is Brew's pick, and the map is also Brew's pick because he was the winner of game 1. And yeah, this is nasty to look at, but it's a Frank War, so it's gonna be quite interesting. Obviously stables are a lot faster. There's no point in making halberdiers too early because obviously the stables will just simply outproduce the halbs. And you know, like 2 paladins per 1 halb is really gotta be shredding someone. So I'm not entirely sure what we see here. Looks like we're going to see helps from Brew. Castle denied from Brew, actually, that's quite interesting. I just realised I was on the base game, it just looked better. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure how this is going to play out because I'm not too experienced in the Frank Wars. There is obviously a huge following where people would just play nothing but Frank Mirror, AOC Frank Mirror. And lots of villagers going down for Vinch actually, all the villagers building the buildings, they're going down. He is behind 2 villagers now. He's really taking some damage, and we're not seeing too many villagers of Brew being killed. Still 2 villagers behind, that's huge when trying to make production buildings. Lots of paladins sitting down around doing nothing. I'd imagine this devolves into stables, into halberdiers, mix them with your paladins at first, and then transition into throwing axemen instead of halberdier, so you end up with paladin taxes. But I'm not entirely sure about that. To be fair, it looks like both players are kind of doing equal damage to each other. They're both getting a lot of raiding done, causing so much idle. But military-wise, Brew again with quite a large advantage, and a lot of it is, I think, halberdier? I'm not sure what the command to show everything on the map is. Oh, there we go. So we have, you know, 25 paladins for Brew. Brew has 20 less paladins, but he has 36 more halberdiers. Is that useful? Well, honestly, if Brew is sending units across the map like this and the paladins can catch them, sure. If you have small groups of halberdiers like this, rather than grouping them all up, then I think with a lot of paladins in one group, Vinch might be able to just quickly take them all out and be at such an army advantage. We see 3 TCs and a couple more coming up for Vinch. We see 2 TCs and 3 more coming up for Brew, so they're going to be quite similar, 4 more even. I don't know. I don't know. Throwing axes coming out soon? Or not at all? Throwing axes are not exactly going to be great against the paladins, but they're going to be okay at the same time as they're going to absolutely butcher the halberdier. Vinch getting housed at 115 pop though, that's not good. We see a lot higher population limit for Brew. Vinch is now at equal army with 6 more villagers, which is, you know, quite a nice thing to have. Trying to get some rain done, denying the TC going up, denying the castle going up. He might even be able to kill another villager at this point to get, you know, a decent bit ahead. Villager going down, and the paladin's taking the houses on the hill is not a good trade, but he's just keeping his military numbers that much higher. They'll still kill them amount-wise, but decent bit of throwing axes there. This will die to maybe 30 paladins might kill that, and that's quite a big ask. We don't see that many throwing axes, we don't really see too many helps here. Army for Vinch completely just running through the base here rather than doing some severe damage. But it looks like if Vinch can hold this by just using the home field advantage, creating units right here, delaying this attack from pushing as much as possible, then he's already in Brew's base, and Brew doesn't have too many units to stop this. He's now starting to make them. He's now starting to get a slight advantage as well. But villager wise, 7 behind, and he's not able to get out here, really complete the castle and TC right away. He's getting those done now. He managed to get his TC out over here. Vinch on the other hand, definitely kind of fighting in a ball over here. Military count is really dropped though, he's now down to 22 to 90. Of course all that military is over at Vinchester as home base rather than forward. But it's, you know, pretty mobile as paladins we're talking about here. Do we see a pause? Nope, just a small bit of lag. My mouse just got trapped on my headphone cable there. What we're seeing, we could easily quite see some raiding here. Yeah. 5 villagers going down to 2 paladins or whatever, that's strong. Similar economy now, by 80 more military for Brew. And he's just massing it at home. If he sends this forward now, there's no way Vinch can just suddenly start creating a good 60 units to try and counter that, or at least hold it back. Throwing axes doing a decent bit of damage to the halberdier count here though. But Brew is just coming from 2 directions as well. I mean, that castle might help if it goes up, but it's probably not going to be too essential. I think Vinch is really far behind on this one. It's mainly the military count. A lot of castles over here though, double monastery, even more TCs. He could get the villagers, and he has a reasonable bit of farming economy. Speaking of which, I think Vinchester has a bit more farming economy. 1 more food per minute, not as much gold per minute. What are the resources at? Well, pretty dead for both players. Vinchester calling the GG with a good, like, nearly 80 military disadvantage. That's quite a nice sweep for Brew there though. Brew is playing really strong. To be fair, the games I'm looking forward to is the Code. True, maybe not really. The Code, most definitely. In my opinion, the Code is the favourite. Huns War, lots of stables, and then archery ranges into heavy cav arch. Then transitions into a mix of probably siege ram. Oh, Tarkin start. Oh, no way Brew's going for this. Tarkin start is such a cheap start. We're seeing straight Paladin start from Vinch. Vinch might just go full Paladins, he might not bother with... No, he's going for Halberdiers right away rather than the Cav Arch. Interesting. Tarkins is a quite interesting way to start Huns, we see it done quite often. No market start? And I hear villagers dying. Vinch is now -2, that's not... -3 even, that's not really what he wants. He doesn't have the Halberdiers right away to try and stop the Tarkins. He does have the Paladins though, and Paladins do okay against the Tarkins, but never seen a lot of Halberdier. Tarkin start, that's something I've not seen in quite a long time. The only thing I really know about DM Huns War is from watching spring streams. Another villager going down, 5 to 8. That's really going to slow his start down in comparison to Brew. Brew has, as far as I can tell, not really lost any villagers. If he's lost any, it's not as many as Vinch's. Now, how are you going to stop this? Not a lot of Tarkins, to be honest, so obviously heavy cav arch can still be viable, as well as a Halberdier front. I think that's what we might see actually. We see similar military numbers and we're seeing a lot of camping at home from Vinch. He is going for the raids though, he can easily pick off some side villagers. This villager is going to go down. He's paying attention. Another villager even. Oh man, Vinch is paying full attention. He's catching right up in the vill camp with his raids here. And he doesn't look too in danger of losing his entire front here at the edge base. This is a decent start from both players actually. Brew chose a interesting strategy. It definitely works by surprise to go Tarkins. Yeah. Lots of army here from Vinch. We see more army from Brew, but it's coming quite slowly. Siege rams are going to be quite key here. Not a lot of Halberdiers from Brew. He does have, you know, a reasonable amount, but it's mostly heavy cav arch paladin, a couple of siege rams. He doesn't have too many Halberdiers to really stop the paladin mid-shield right away. I like Vinch's position here actually. We don't see Brew coming in for a raid, but Brew is going out on the map, TC's on those golds, castles on those hills. Nothing quite far here. I think we're going to see probably monastery. 2 monasteries? Yeah, from Vinch to try and pick up the relics and try and camp a late game. Vinch doesn't have too many hills in front of his base. He could stick a castle on to defend. This one over here, Brew's going to be taking. Brew's base around the main gold is kind of a hill there. He's got a castle on it. Going to be quite beneficial. Stone over there. It's not particularly bad map generation for either player. All the paladins for Vinch going down now. He does have the siege ram up front, and we don't really see any siege rams from Brew at the front anyway. They're kind of further back. Now he's just going to keep microing his heavy cav arch and just patrolling the hubs forward. He should be okay if he could get some more siege rams right into the middle of the cav arch. It's kind of... This seems like a kind of fair fight really. I mean, if we see some more siege workshops coming up from Vinch, if this castle goes up as well, then perhaps he's really going to be able to take this fight. This is quite a key fight really. If anyone wins this dramatically, then they win the game. But if they win it quite close, then it's still just a back and forward. Castle over here denied, and Brew is sending a lot of villagers. He's got 11 villagers less, and he's about to become a lot less than that. Oh no, Vinch is not paying attention. Castle goes up, no problem, helps kill the Pala. Vinch keeping the Pala around the relics. Vinch is winning this one. Not as much army here from Brew. He has 10 less army in total, but he has nothing to really deal with the siege rams right away. Now all the heavy cavalry, the extra ones anyway, are coming in. He should be able to kind of win the heavy cavalry fight. Halberdiers are coming in from behind now, they're going to be able to take this. Well, a lot of non-DM players signed up for the DM tournament. I was thinking of signing up, and I've only played minuscule amounts of DM. I played it, try and get into it, realised there just wasn't really anyone playing it, so it's not getting games. It's kind of hard. This castle's been repaired beyond recognition. Is it going to go down? Yep. More siege rams for Brew, which is quite important against the heavy cavalry. He needs to micro this one a little bit. He needs to get the halberdiers forward a bit to try and kill the rams, but aside from that, it's not too bad. He's now getting his own rams in. Looking over here, it's kind of a castle vs castle fight. No fighting yet. Hun Treb's more accurate, being quite good in Treb fights, so if you've got kind of equal numbers of both on Hun's mirror, that's going to be quite good. If I say the words in a good position this game, then just shoot me, because those are not what I ever want to be saying to anyone again. I keep repeating those words over and over again. Definitely siege ram advantage for Brew though, he's tanking a lot. Army wise, again, about similar again. Economy wise, a lot of gold for Vinch, he can definitely turn that into units. A lot more income for Brew though. I don't know what's happened to his food economy, maybe he's forgotten about it, or he's only just now adding it, but it's noticeably slower for now. But a lot of gold. Obviously not too bad when he wants to make heavy cavalry. Neither player has any wood. And Vinch has, again, the wood advantage, wood and food, and not gold, but he can definitely add a lot of halberdiers into the mix. I would be a little bit surprised if we saw some halberdiers being garrisoned into the rams to make him just that little bit stronger. But, yeah, no. Hope springs eternal. And that's not good for the heavy cavalry there. They're kind of just camping in the middle there, getting fired at. Firing on one single unit. Not good. A lot of units lost there for Vinch, I think. But it looks like he's still kind of winning. He's probably going to be able to take down the siege rams. Yeah, there we go. And he has more of his own. Bruna and Paladins though, no helps here to actually try and fight this. Have we seen Treb War? Yep, Treb War. And Tarkins are both players trying to snipe each other's Trebs. These Paladins are going to finish this one off though. Of course, Vinch has the hill disadvantage. He's losing this fight here though. He has an outpost over here. He has probably gathered that relic. Yeah, we see 4 relics to 1. No, 4 relics to none. This one's still unclaimed. Again, is Vinch going to try and camp the relics? Let's look at the income. Similar gold, but still a lot more wood and food for Vinch. Vinch has the better economy here. He has more villagers, more idols, but I quite like Vinch's position now. He now has this castle, and he's now able to take this gold. He's going to be able to push this castle eventually. He's not doing too bad in terms of this, but I think Bruce just going to mass a lot of siege ram, and just what is Vinch going to do against 20 siege ram just waltzing in when he's only got 4 or 5, a few Tarkins and some halbs to defend against it. Perhaps we might see some raiding to delay some food economy. That would really cripple either player. And the Paladins coming in to wipe out the rams, so these rams can't kill these rams. These bit of Paladins though, of course. Huns with the faster working stables, quite good for some kind of quick defense. At least get some quick army out and you could quite easily kill the heavy cavalry. And the heavy cavalry are really going down in quite high numbers for Brew. Brew's losing a lot of army. Now 44 to 30. Even the Treb is going to go down. Brew's lost the army here. He's about to lose this TC, he's about to lose this castle. What's Brew got garrisoned? Probably just Tarkin, yeah. He could send it, he could probably even kill this Treb right now if he just sent Tarkin here and then a couple there. Vinch might not be paying that much attention. So we're going to see some Hussar raiding over here. We have some stables out on the side. And 200 pop for Vinch and only 150 for Brew. 20 army advantage. 25 at this point. Resources are just going up and up for Vinch. Starting to get over the 1k mark. Which is, you know, not the end of the world. But at the same time, you know, he's going to have to cut back on villagers at some point. Probably feels like he's got this though, because in my opinion, it looks like he does. Ram here denying TC on the wood. That's a lot of wood economy denied for the heavy cav arch of the Rams. Sand villagers just going to be picked off one by one. Castle from Vinch to secure this corner of the map, so he's going to have the 3 corners, this, and this. And Brew's going to be restricted to just the one, and he's pushing from one area. Farm and wood economy dying. I'm fairly sure that can be quite easily raided at this point. It looks quite open. I don't really see too much army from Vinch though, it's kind of spread thin. He's just going for some Tarkin raiding over here, which is quite good actually, because obviously he's 50 villagers ahead now, and he's killing even more and more villagers. Just tanking narrow fire because they're Tarkins. Denying the farm economy is really important. Even some attacks going on over here. He still has the stable, so he could easily come to here. So it looks like Brew's going for kind of a last ditch push down the middle, while his economy is kind of far behind, he's been raided quite heavily, he doesn't have the income. But that's the thing, Vinch is pop capped, so as soon as he loses his units at the front, he can afford to replace them. He's already probably got them queued up. Right now he has 7 Tarkins, 3 HCA, 10 Halbs, 4 Paladins, 3 Rams. That's a good, you know, nearly 20 units just instantly going to pop out because he has those production buildings. And full Tarkins, what can you do against this with just heavy cav arch and 4 Halbs? Nothing. Ram's going to get shreked, the heavy cav archer, the TC will just go down after, the castles won't stand a chance. Siege Ram's probably going to come from Vinch over here. This castle up here is going to be quite nice. Vinch will lose a couple of villagers maybe. You lost the one, I think. Does that treb count as on the hill? I wouldn't think so. That would be not on the hill. And TC's just going down over here. This front here is still basically looking in the same shape, but the Tarkins over here killing the economy and Brew can't stop it. Villagers just going down like crazy. Look at these incomes. I mean, we're seeing about the same wood economy from both players, but a good 500 more, a good extra 60% from Vinch. And the gold income's higher. Of course he does have the relics. 4 of them, and probably soon to be 5. And he's winning this side as well. That treb is not really lasting. He does have the paladins, he does have the Tarkins that can easily kill that treb. Yeah, going straight for it. Just no mercy. TC going down, the castle's going to go down. Brew has been walked all over this game. Vinch really knows what he's doing. Hun's War, we found something that Vinch is better at than Brew in terms of just generally playing the DM maps here. Here we go. And this is the way it should be. One single tile of berries. So this is game number 5, a Goth War on Gold Rush in Deathmatch World Cup 2, and my god, this is going to be boring. So what we're probably going to see is full husk. Obviously you start with 1 help, especially with Perfusion, you will be able to snipe that. Sending that villager so far away so early, not ideal. Vinch not starting with a halberd, and that's something I learned is quite common in recent games. So going full Huskar to start and then some champions later might be viable. But I find champions don't really counter the husks that well that early on. They do obviously kind of, once you start getting the numbers up, do actually quite effective, but honestly, when you just start spamming full Huskar, you don't really want to be waiting for champions. They don't really mass fast enough. It's weird. It's something that I see in DM, but when I play actual games, champions just do a lot better than they seem to in DM. This is just going to be 2 players. Look at the minimap. I actually want to zoom out to see this. There's Brew's stream and there's Vinch's stream. It's just units streaming right across the middle of the map into each other's economy. So this is going to be whoever protects themselves the most. I think Vinch is just going to have these specific units just patrolling around his economy. The rest are going to be going forward. Brew is patrolling some champions around his economy. Perfectly fine to do that. Heavy Scorpion, really important unit here. They will kill even husks quite well. You know, 10 pierce armor is not exactly going to save you from 17 damage. It helps you with a lot of it, but if you get hit with 10 of these bolts, you're kind of getting absolutely rammed. Heavy Scorpion, really key unit. Some Onagers might come in as well. I mean, obviously these are Goths, they do have Onager. Bomber Cannon, Heavy Scorpion, quite important. Not the end of the world in terms of siege. No siege engineers though, so it's not exactly that helpful, but I find it weird to just compare the bonuses when we're talking about mirror matchup here though. We never really see these anymore. We used to only really see mirror matches in AOC because things were unbalanced no matter what you played. Now, some civs can easily beat other civs, whereas they can still, you know, turn the game around due to the map and that kind of thing. So, Brew was fighting downhill, he probably has a better KD at this point. Oh no, Vinch is a massively better KD. What's been going on? I suspected he would probably have the defensive army here while Brew was singly sending in his units. Probably was the cause behind that. Lots more Scorpions here for Brew though. I have no idea what Finch can do to stop that many Scorpions aside from just trying massive many of his own. He does have the hill advantage here though, but obviously then again Brew has the hill advantage here. They're playing, I was gonna say they're playing mirror, but you know, no shit. And it looks like Vinch has got this one. Yeah, for now, push him down the hill. This is going to be pretty stalematy, but now we see Onagers coming in from Brew. Just one lucky shot to kill half the Scorpions is all it's going to take to really turn that fight around. Lots of raiding from Vinch though. He's killing the side stuff here, he's killing off the TCs that possibly was even a castle. A little bit of units here, and of course he's going to be... Well, he has these guys on the side. If he manages to get these guys in here, deny some TCs, castles going up, that kind of thing, he can really get the economy advantage. They're not completely out of gold yet. Very, very close to it though. There we go, Vinch has probably spent the last of it. But food wise, they're looking not so great as well. Lots of TCs from both players. We see 4 from Vinch, we see 6 that are currently up from Brew and 1 extra. No more TCs being added for Vinch though. Vinch still has a decent bit of stone. I like Brew's position here now actually. He does have the Onagers and that's coming quite important. No bomber cannons to... There we go actually. There we go. Vinch really flexing here with the unit choices. And then we go, Brew's got even more. So that makes things a little bit better for him. Vinch can easily just get pushed off this here, which is going to be quite... It makes it a really difficult situation to try and recover from, especially since you need the gold. This is Gold Rush, you don't really have gold at your home. You have, what is it, 3-4 tiles to begin with. And then you really have to get into the center. Looking at the RNG of this though, right on the hill they could get a castle and you could TC that. It looks... I mean, the golds in general just seem closer to Brew. For Vinch, he's castled this hill, sure, but there's no golds anywhere near. He has to go really basically into the basin to try and take some gold. And that's quite risky for him. He's probably going to lose that quite easily. So Vinch is fighting uphill, he seems to be winning this one. Army wise we see 40-ish for both players and they're pretty much all here. No army running around each other's bases anymore. No patrolling, that kind of thing. So Brew is currently not stopping Vinch from getting on the gold. He is far ahead in food though, so as Brew collects some gold, he'll be able to just start spamming more and more units with quite a bit of food. For Goths anyway. Vinch on the other hand, what's his food economy look like? Not the best. 4 villagers standing there with a bunch of unbuilt farms. He has a lot of wood. Did you build a market? Yeah, he built a market. But he has loads of Scorps and the bomber cannons, so Onagers aren't even going to be that much of an option here though. Finch just has the siege advantage right now. Perhaps Brew's going to try and mass a lot more bomber cannons. And he might be able to just start picking this off quite easily. Doesn't need too much micro. Vinch and in very small amounts of units. So if anything really gets too close, like maybe 5 Hostiles gets into the mess of Scorpions, split formation, just keep messing around a bit, you might be able to eventually make your way in there. This castle is going to go down, so these golds are not going to be denied anymore for Vinch. I think Vinch is playing his heart out in this game because If he doesn't, he might be on the GG side. And yeah, Vinch still has a lot of bomber cannons left. He added in more, 4 against 3. Well, 4 now. Lots of scorpions. It's going to be hard to push that with army. He needs to come around the side. Barrack. Yeah, there we go. Brew's got his thinking cap on. He knows what he's doing. Vinch pushing through the middle. But what's he going to do if he gets Huskarls in his economy? He can't really fight them off. Fighting downhill against the bomber cannons, not going to be easy to get that castle down. He's probably throwing a trip. Just have like the extra range of defense, and then force Brew to have to walk down the hill quite far away from the castle. Some Huskarls getting in there, not too many scorpions to stop him, and there we go. Last bomber cannon down, 2 more being added. If Vinch pays attention, just goes in all in on the castle and the bomber cannons, then he might be able to try and win this one, even with the hill disadvantage. As it seems, he really wants to get this hill. If he can control this hill, he controls the game. Gonna see some raiding from Brew with champions, apparently. I guess he wants to try and be somewhat cost effective. Champions aren't the best at raiding, but when they cost that little, sure they're good at raiding. And all the scorpions go, that's 10 scorpions in a minute, just die around the middle there without achieving too much. Sure, they already earned their whack early on, but let's let Brew get back into the game with his own mass. More food for Brew, quite important. Gold per minute, not even that far behind for Brew. Although he's probably just at home taking his gold quite ham. Yeah, that one. This raiding here from Brew is going to cause some damage. That's not enough champions to kill that, he just needs to add a few more. And he should be able to do that. If Brew is attacking something specific and not aiming for those champions, he might lose those to those. Very, very still, matey, to be honest. It looks like Brew might want to try to raid, but he doesn't have too much access to gold. He's trying to add in these TCs to get to the gold. He has this one here, but it is right in the middle of the battleground. So, depends. Does he want to get 10 gold for every 50 food he spends on a villager? Might be worth it. He might be able to get the army up. He has a decent villager advantage now, though. What was that, 28 ahead? A little bit behind in the military, but it's quite close still. Now he has a lot of bomber cannons, so the scorpions are kind of a problem. The scorpions have a problem. No more bomber cannons from Vinch at this point. Although he could literally just send all these guys forward, and as long as he just micros against the bomber cannons, just start doing some damage. A lot of army, nothing to really stop it from Brew though. He doesn't have that many scorpions. If the Huskarls just go ahead, they could probably start trying to wipe all this out. Yeah, this is really going to suffer. This is going to get cleaned up really easily by the units from Vinch. Vinch had a lot more food economy, but he's not doing anything about his barracks. I doubt he knows about them, because it's just as easy for Brew to have created these units at home and send them around. And losing all the scorpions under the castle, apparently. No units from Vinch, just can't afford to make too many of them. Yeah, this doesn't make you more than 5 units. So he's backing off again, he's going to try again, but the thing is, Brew doesn't have access to gold because he could only take this one, and you know, as long as there's units dying under it, then those villagers are going to be dying too. Back to bomber cannon micro. God, this reminds me of pretty much every arena game in AOC. Those mirror, and it's just Halb HC, BBC wars every game. It's basically just, it's ludicrous. I wonder how strong it would be if Goths were missing blast furnace but not plate mill armor. The things you think about when you're just trying to watch a DM game waiting for it to end. A lot of Huskarls though. Yeah, he's just going to take this fight, he's going to let the scorpions do the most of the damage. He's still going to have maybe 5 to 10 left, and that should be able to take out the bomber cannons. Yeah, he has nothing to kill the castle with, but a lot of army here. He's going to be able to just sit around on his castle, just kill all the villagers, kill all the army. Vinch has complete control of the gold. We're not seeing any more side raiding from Brew, which seemed to be what he was aiming for as the key to success. But... I know, it looks like Brew's actually starting to mass more army, probably take it back. As I said, we're seeing some back and forward, but this castle's taking more and more damage and a lot more gold denied for Brew every time. Vinch doesn't have the resources to make the units he needs, but there you go, he's trying to kill some of the villagers. He is ahead in economy this time because he killed so many of those villagers just kicking around there. Good 14 villager advantage, Brew trying to reboom that, spend his food economy on that instead of champions or huskarls. Vinchester without too much wood per minute, but lots of food per minute and gold per minute, and we see effectively no gold per minute for Brew because this miner's not doing much. That's a lot of resources now. He can just start massing the units and he could overwhelm everything here. Trebuchet coming out. It's going to take a while to kill a castle with just one trebuchet, but it's got hill advantage. Yeah, 500 when it's got hill advantage, and it's what, 350-ish when it's not. I go by rough numbers when I play. It took me the longest amount of time to find out how much attack a crossbow had. Looks like Brew's going back for the raiding, and that's a lot of farming economy that could die, but isn't. There's huskarls here to protect against that. This castle might eventually go down, but I think there's a big enough villager, unit advantage here for Vinch, and he just goes around, kills the farming economy. I think he doesn't have enough units to take this head on, but he's just delaying the castle. He's going to kill the Treb, probably, if he's aiming for it. Doesn't seem to be, just going straight for the castle. But yeah, killing a lot of economy, quite important. So much gold economy for Vinch and basically none for Brew. Of course, champions cost so little you can't even easily sell for them. What's Brew's gold? Just whatever the villagers he could get on this gold are, 5 maybe. But I think Vinch has this. I don't think we're going to see a complete reverse sweep, but if we do, that's going to be quite impressive. I wonder if Vinch practiced these specific matchups, because obviously the other ones are not too easy to tell. That's interesting, a watchtower from Brew. It's particularly interesting because A, it's not Goths are one of the two civs that don't have guard tower. At least I think it's 2, it's Goths and Huns. I think so. I think it's just 2 anyway, and yeah, it denies that gold perfectly. Obviously, these trebs are killing it, bomb cannons would kill it, anything would kill it, huskarls would kill it. Castle now down, and this gold is now completely unprotected. There's a lot of blood scorpions here which are really going to help out in this fight. Brew can still win this if he makes enough units fast enough because he has the hill advantage. But Vinch just has all the gold, he's able to spam in the units, he's not having to sell his wood or food in order to afford the gold to make the units. This gold economy is all completely gone now. That treb's going to go down. And Brew, what's he doing? He's causing some raiding with a few champs. Not enough, but it's a lot of damage for just that many units. Absolutely no gold though, and he's just getting pushed by trebs. This hill is effectively now Vinch's, and since Vinch owns this hill, there's nothing like that Brew can do to push him off it. Yeah, this is looking pretty over. It looks like even Vinch is noticing the side now. This castle's going to go down. Brew's lost the front. Looks like Vinch has stopped making units, but yeah, there we go. GG from Brew when he has 3 military left, which appears to be these 3 huskarls up here. Really nicely played from Vinch, especially since he had no golds anywhere near an area he could secure early on, whereas Brew had this one right here. And not a Nomad start. This what in the name of open? I can't say that, but just what is going on? What is this map? I understand this map Interesting. Double scout start. A double scout. Oh, this is the map that has all the hunt, isn't it? And obviously that's not showing up because this is DM and hunt is removed. There should still be one tile of berries though. Yeah, there is. I just don't see Vinch's. It's probably hidden. No, it's hidden by STC. So who won this one? Well, it looks like Vinch is a villager ahead, so he managed to win with the early scouts, and we're going to see elephants against elephants. No, we're going to see lots of halberdiers to start. As I said, I don't think necessarily that Brew is that much of a better DM. Oh, Cavalier. I don't think necessarily he's that much of a better DM player right off the bat. I think it's probably a lot to do with... Actually, no, the Cavalier could be quite smart. If you send a couple of Cavalier to raid the villagers, the elephants can't really catch up to them as easily. I might be able to cause quite a bit of harassment and damage with the Cavalier. It's only a couple. Those elephants are pretty wide out. They're going to come in from the sides and try and kill some villagers. As I said, I think Brew is a lot more seasoned and probably has more experience in general with the general civs, but I think for the pig civs, Vinch probably practiced a bit harder. I just realised I'm not even reading the right players. Why am I used to Vinch being green? He's always pink. Vinch is going for the elephants, which is pretty standard. Almost straight halbs and not too many elephants from Brew. But as I said, I like the Cavalier decision, which makes me think he's a little bit more seasoned. Especially in the Goth War, where he opened with one halberdier first to kill the beginning scout. That was definitely quite smart. And scorpions, lots of scorpions. Scorpions are really important in these matches because scorpions have a huge bonus damage against elephants. It's like +8, and they're really just gonna wreck elephants, especially Khmer scorpions. I don't think the second bolt does much against elephants. I don't think they get the bonus damage at all. And well, we see onagers from Brew. Seed rams, there we go, that's a smart move. When I watched the code against the Viper in the 2v2 game, I think I probably casted it either last week or the week before. We saw just one rogue seed ram walking right into the middle of the scorpions and killing them all. That was really the winner for that game. So I think technically Vinch wins this, but he's probably just going to lose the scorpions, which is probably going to cost him. Yeah, he had to back up there. Well, those scorpions are low HP though. Scorpions are just way too strong in this matchup, but it looks like military-wise, Vinch is 15 ahead. Whoa, he's way ahead in the villagers. What's going on? Vinch has less TCs compared to this. Well, to be fair, he has the same amount, just Brew's adding more. Brew's still trying to raid with some Cavalier back here. As I said, I think it's a smart move. It's causing a lot of economy damage, but he is double the economy right now. And military-wise, Vinch is really winning. I really think that Vinch practiced these civs. Not as much the other civs, but specifically these. The interesting or more common ones that are probably to pick, rather than the Aztecs and Franks. Maybe he probably should have, but aside from that, the I don't even remember what last game it was. Turks. Turks was absolutely off the wall pick. I think he probably just picked it as he felt more comfortable with going for meat shield plus range unit behind, as like a general macro knowledge. A lot more scorpions coming in on to help kill the siege rams. They do have siege engineers. Khmer are actually not too bad for siege. You know, they got the best scorpions. They've got siege ram. They've got siege engineers. Also bomber cannon, can't forget that, and they have normal launcher, which with siege engineers is not too bad. Vinch is dominating this one. Wow, look at the army advantage, nearly twice as much. They're catching up on villager count, but these castles are going to go down, and the elephants are just really roaming free. Oranger's quite helpful. I think if Bruce sniped the onager there, it could have been quite good. He's backing up, he needs to regroup his army, he needs to have someone that's not going to instantly die to a couple of siege rams. Quite smart, he's now adding cheaper units, he's not... He has a decent bit of gold actually, but he just doesn't have the food. His food economy is looking... setting up, really. And double monstrate again. 2 relics. Vinch really... He went ham on this matchup, he knows what he's doing now. I am relatively impressed. So I'm not even sure that Cavalier was a mistake, but if it wasn't, it was a smart move. We're starting to see equal scorpions from both players, a bit more from Vinch still. But if they get out positioned, that's not ideal. The Onger here is going to be quite helpful. Not enough to really kill the rams, but... You know, he could do a decent bit of damage to it. Oh, and lots of scorpions going down just simply because they're running away and the scorpions of Vinch get a shot on them. What's going on over here? Trying to build a castle while running away with his elephants. He needs a quick wall in that villager with outposts. He can still lose it because obviously the elephants will really destroy them. But this is a nice play from both players. I am quite happy to have seen this game. Lots of Ellies from Brew coming. He doesn't want to deal with that. He's going to try to raid the economy. Who knows? 3 relics now from Vinch. These, I think like the last game, Vinch might end up just losing these Ongers to stupid stuff. Yeah, like that. He doesn't have much army. He doesn't have anything solid really to deal with the... Not just the elephants, but the Ongers right now. It doesn't... Bomber cannons. That's something I've not seen in Khmer War before. So, this castle is... Oh, it looks like Brew's gonna get his castle up first. 5 villagers. Oh, this castle villager's gonna die anyway. So here comes the siege rams, and the scorpions have disappeared off the face of the earth. Vinch's army really just dropped. Nothing to kill the siege rams. Siege rams, of course, being the smart play. Bomber cannon just not enough to really snipe those. Or especially even the rams. Brew now owns the north corner of the map. In fact, Brew owns 2 corners of the map and has a lot more economy now. He's trying to turn this one around. Obviously he wants to turn it around, but... I'm curious, lots of scorpions. More for Vinch anyway. Let's have a look at the general army numbers. Why did none of these line up? 6 more scorpions for Vinch. 5 less elephants. He's making some light cav? Some halberdier, a couple of monks, probably forgetting the relics. So this castle might go down. This castle's probably going to get destroyed before Vinch can get to finish building it. More elephants coming this way. Oh, it looks like Vinch's main army is heading towards the north here. Is he going to land a couple of converts? Or is he just chasing after a relic or something? Sending his monks into the sunset to never be seen again. So that castle's going to go down. These are elephants that are in a risky position. They're going to run right into these scorpions, which should be able to kill them. Castle's going to go down 100%. Vinch probably going to aim half the map. We're probably going to see quite a strict split down the middle in terms of control. Siege Ram Master Vinch. He doesn't really... He's keeping the army up here to protect the gold to try and get that castle up. But he's not... Can he push with that? If he tries to, he's going to have to push at the same time with this. Lots of siege rams. Should be doable. He's going to need a lot of wood though. This is prairie. I mean, we look at the map. There's no wood lines. It's the most open map I've ever seen. I recognise it from tournaments, but I didn't recognise it at first without any hunt on it. So, how are these siege rams going to be stopped? Little elephants, Ongers. Scorpions here should be able to deal with it though. If he lands some... If he specifically targets Ongers, he should be able to kill them. Not sure if he is though. Quite nicely for Brew. He's positioned himself quite well to be able to deal with this. Nothing could really stop his Ongers. Oh, but loads of scorpions going down. That's what, 6, 7, 8? That's a low Wayne song right there. That's quite unfortunate. When I say quite, I mean very. But the castle is going to go down. Losing your castles is not exactly, you know, the end of the world, because you're not going to be making ballista elephants, but they are really good at protecting against the scorpions. The scorpions can't just run under them, they'll die. Elephants getting rather close to the scorpions there, well, nothing to really kill the elephants, if they do get close. Let's just hope we don't see too many scorpions go down here, otherwise this is just going to be a complete facepalm bloodbath. And not too many. Control of the north and some seed trams being created up there apparently. Number wise we see similar economies, but we see, oh my god, Bru's army count really not keeping on it. 12 military against 60? There's just so much military coming in from Vinch, he's pushing right into this map. Are we going to see a reverse sweep? If we do, that's insane. And I would say it kind of would almost prove that Vinch wasn't regularly playing DM as much as Bru, but practiced the civs. These scorpions are just going to run round to the castle though. That's losing 10 scorpions for nothing, I reckon, again. Oh no, only 4, 5, not 10. How can Bru recover from this? I don't think he can. He has a lot of economy out to the sides though, so he can still always build production buildings and then move into it, but no wood. He has very little wood, his wood income is very little, so he can't just add production buildings to then just build halbs with the economy he still has left. Or any unit he wants to try and beat this. Vinch has absolutely stomped this game, really. He has been practicing. What is Bru gonna do? Well, he's been raided by elephants. He's got 36 idols and 20 less economy. So it's essentially 50 villagers less working anyway. Oh, and again, losing a lot of scorpions to an onager, a couple of bomber cannons. But there's no more scorpions for Bru, so nothing to really stop the elephants. Bomber cannon gonna be cleaning up the rest of this. More elephants probably coming in. A few more scorpions as well. Bru was probably better call the GG. Yeah, still castle here, which I think a treb from this castle should be quite confident in taking down. Shouldn't be worried about any opposing units. Bru calling the GG. Absolute zip. That is. Here we go. We have Bru vs Vinchester in the final game for sure in this best of 7 because it's 3-3. Whoever wins the round. We're about to see some absolute camel mayhem switching into Mamluk mayhem, siege onagers. We're going to see the lot. So Saracen War, who's going to pick off first villager? Bru is a villager down? I didn't see him lose one though. Interesting, maybe he just didn't queue up right away. And it looks like Bru didn't manage to pick off one of Vinch's villagers, so Vinch is ahead a little bit. As you say, killing one villager is not exactly, when you're post-imp, not exactly a huge deal, but when you're trying to build this many production buildings, 5 against 6, you know, it's definitely lets you get overwhelmed quite easily. Saracens, they do have the camels with the extra HP, zealotry, really strong. It's pretty good, but I'm not entirely sure what you transition into other than Mamluks after that. And then siege onager, I think. I kind of expect to see Mamluk plus siege onager really. So Vinch is really keeping the fighting here at Bru's base. Bru is 4 villagers down. And he just couldn't get so many production buildings up. Oh man, this is such a good start from Vinch is just going ham. Is this even Vinchester or is this Winchester? This is next level. So it looks like he's going to go for a choke point, losing another villager. He managed to get garrison. Vinch is just going to go around the side. He could easily pick off this villager here. Yeah, one villager there, another villager there. Come around, 3 villagers. Vinch is making twice the production buildings, twice the everything of Bru right now because of that. Massing so many camels. I think Bru might eventually be able to mass enough camels at home in one big bunch that he might be able to try and push back, but wow, this is such a good start from Vinch. Vinch is so far ahead, he's more than double the villagers ahead. He might even be able to kill another one. No, camels dying a little bit fast to each other for that. Brew went for the market. Did we already see a market from the Saracen player? This mirror. Vinchester, apparently so. Vinch going for a castle over here. He might be able to even take some of the gold down here. Looks like Vinch tried to take that, but he felt probably a little bit overwhelmed. That's okay, but the Mamluks are coming in. The Mamluks are going to be really strong in this matchup. Why do we have a... Why is the pause now? The pause is... Never mind. So taking this hill fight right here is quite good. Taking a look at this actually, Vinch really has golds at the top of the hill that he can take. Whereas Brew, he has to go quite far down the hill really. I think Vinch has a good map win here. How many Mamluks? Not many. I can't even tell. Let me just use this. He has 60 camels and 50 in production? Really? And just making Mamluks. One knight from Brew. And just a whole bunch of camels. Almost as many camel. I mean, a little bit more camels, but how are they going to perform when the Mamluks just bring themselves in? Mamluks just basically camels with range. And as you know, hit and run range with melee units is kind of the way to go. If they don't really outrun you. So I'm not sure how Vinch wants to deal with this. The castle can obviously be taken down by a Treb plus the rest of the camels just surrounding it, but... Siege Onder please, Siege Onder please. Oh, we already see Siege Onder from Vinch, and he's getting a couple of good hits in on the camels, not killing them, but probably doing their HP worth of damage. Waltz Vessel's now coming out. Those are going to be a real problem for the Mamluks. Vinch not taking a fight that's not really... It's a bit weird. He has far too little units, so he's probably going to lose a lot more than he wants to because of snowballing. But I think now his army advantage is showing. They have the same amount of camels, but we have a lot of Mamluks extra. More Siege Onders though from Brew, and obviously that's a Mamluks nightmare. So it looks like Vinch is just going to try to take up the hill. Over here he has a lot of army. Why does he have it up there? Who knows. But he's probably going to be able to take the middle here, prevent Brew from getting on gold. He's going to be on this gold, he could easily rid that and that. Siege Onders probably should die to the camels quite soon if he's quick with it. A little bit of Mamluk micro and you might be able to survive this one as well. Vinch is fucking 3 times the amount of villagers. That's insane. And I love it. This castle over here might be going down, but it looks like we're going to see more SWs coming down from Vinch. Saracen Siege, of course, being really good for the Siege Ram and Siege Onagers, especially with the Siege Engineers. They also have the Bomber Cannons. The only thing they're missing is the Heavy Scorpion. They're not exactly Ethiopians now, are they? Looks like Brew tried to get on top of the hill to take that fight and just ended up accidentally microing back down. TC in the middle though, it feels like Brew owns the middle, but at the same time Vinch doesn't have to because he owns the hill that has all the gold on it, half the gold anyway. Whereas these hills are pretty low, he has to really get into the basin. And all the camels came here for the economy, the almost non-existent economy. And oh, there goes a lot of the gold as well. Lots of villagers better go down. Oh, he's paying attention. Nice. That TC is not going to go up though. Vinch did lose this castle. He doesn't have the camels here anymore to really deal with this. I think if he manages to snipe the Siege Onders, he might be able to just keep on the hill and kill the army. Not entirely sure though. How this is going to pan out, none of us really know, and none of us really want to know. We just want this to be over with. Oh, and the Trebs go down quite easily. Brew calling the GG. Brew having no economy. Vinch just started and went ham, is the only way I can describe that game. That was impressive. Vinchester winning 4-3. Not how I expected it to go. I was expecting 4-1, but honestly Brew really general knowledge showed up quite early. Did really strong, but I think Vinchester really practiced with those civs specifically. He seemed to have all mapped out.